Why do natural disasters occur?
Natural disasters keep happening all over the world. Most of them cannot be predicted. But preparedness and quick response can reduce the loss of life and property and suffering. In India, we often face natural calamities like floods, droughts, landslides, earthquakes, volcanoes, epidemics, and cyclones in different parts of the country. Sometimes the same area suffers from the fury of floods and droughts year after year. Earthquakes occur due to collision of plates of rocks under the surface of the earth. An earthquake with magnitude of 7.3 hit Japan in 2013. Japan lies in one of the most active regions for earthquakes. It destroyed power and water supply, roads, railways, communication, etc. Lakhs of people were injured and rendered homeless. Thousands of people lost their lives. The nuclear power plants were also affected, which caused severe impact upon life and property, especially in Fukushima region of Japan. Do you know? Seismometer is an instrument used to measure the intensity of an earthquake. Drought is caused by severe scarcity of water. Huge cracks develop in the soil and it becomes unfit for cultivation of crops. In many parts of India, the farmers depend on the monsoon to grow their crops. If the monsoon does not come, the crops wither. People do not have food to eat. Their animals starve as they mostly depend on farm waste. Hundreds of people and animals die in the drought-affected areas every year. Deforestation has led to reduction in the amount of rainfall and level of underground water. The states of Rajasthan and Bihar are affected by drought very often. Floods occur when the level of water in a river increases due to very heavy rains, melting of glaciers due to global warming and landslides. The devastation caused by floods is immense. Thousands of people lose their homes, property, cattle and crops. Large areas are submerged under water. The careless activities of man like deforestation and overgrazing have increased the frequency of floods. Cyclones are fast-moving, violent and destructive windstorms. Their force and speed cause heavy damage. Cyclones, hurricanes and typhoons are the same thing. Different names are used in different parts of the world. A cyclone at sea brings huge volume of water to the coastal areas. The rushing seawater destroys everything that comes in its way. Cyclones are a great threat to the people living in coastal areas. Amazing fact! Cyclones, hurricanes and typhoons are the same thing. Different names are used in different parts of the world. Hurricanes have winds with a speed of at least 120 km per hour. It is a hill, which sometimes erupts and red-hot molten lava comes out from the wind. It flows over the slopes and destroys everything in its path, such as forests, buildings, human beings, cattle, etc. Tsunami is a series of very fast-moving, huge waves caused by undersea volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Some diseases spread very quickly and affect hundreds of people at the same time. They are called epidemics. Diseases like tuberculosis, malaria, cholera, dengue, etc. must be treated quickly and properly, otherwise they can infect people on large scale and pose a danger to the humanity. It is very important that timely vaccination is provided. Smallpox used to kill, blind and disfigure thousands of people in India earlier, but fortunately we were able to eradicate it completely. Our government is making efforts to eradicate polio from India with the help of Rotary Club. We cannot control the forces of nature or stop natural disasters, but we can help the victims and try to reduce their sufferings. We can donate blood, money, food items, clothes, blankets, utensils, medicines, etc. We can also donate tents which provide temporary shelter to the victims. We can help the rescue workers contact the friends and relatives of the victims. We can console the rescued people and provide first aid to them. We must cooperate with police in maintaining law and order. We must make sure that anti-social elements are not robbing or damaging the property in the affected areas. There are many voluntary organizations, NGOs working for the betterment of the community. At the time of any natural calamity, they play an important role in providing relief to the victims. They organize concerts and exhibitions to collect funds. They also create awareness among people about the misery and suffering of the victims. The sympathy and compassion of the people bring a lot of help for relief operations. They collect donations of money, food items, clothes, etc. and send the same to the affected people. Besides the voluntary organizations, many self-help groups, SHGs, are formed by the people of the affected areas. They help in maintaining law and order, organize relief camps in tents, school buildings, temple complexes, etc. Doctors, engineers, bankers and teachers provide free consultation to the victims to reconstruct their lives. Red Cross Society provides all types of medical help. Many doctors, nurses and other people look after the sick, the wounded and help the families of the dead. Our government helps the orphan children by providing them homes. It also provides jobs to the needy and donates money to build or repair the houses. United Nations Disaster Management Team, UNDMT, works with the people of UNICEF, WHO, UNESCO, etc. to provide relief to the victims. Even our armed forces help the sufferers of the natural disasters. Community participation at the time of disasters is very important. Efforts are being made in India to have disaster management programs at the national level to encourage coordination and cooperation among the people to reduce the suffering of the victims of natural calamities. Let us summarize. Earthquakes, droughts, floods, cyclones, tsunami, epidemics and volcano eruptions are natural calamities. During an earthquake, the part of the earth shakes. Drought is a dry period with rainfall far below the average. When there is very heavy rain, rivers overflow. The water from rivers enters homes and fields, causing floods. Cyclones are fast-moving, violent and destructive windstorms. A volcano is an opening in the earth's crust through which lava comes out. In the event of natural calamity, the government and non-government agencies help victims of disasters.